locals are well aware of. Genesis Diamonds and luxury pre-owned Rolexes. Just another great reason you made the move to this extraordinary place we're proud to call home. Shelbyville Road Plaza.
This is Lamar Jackson, and you're listening to the home of the Ravens in Louisville.
Here we go.
Point 9, The Ville.
That's his game. They don't get back. Hayward's looking. Look at this steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Marques Maybin. And you certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marques in the open floor. Hops incredible. Here comes Maybin off the steal. Oh, my goodness.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marques Maybin. You're about midway to the midday with Marques Maybin. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marques Maybin. So sit back and relax and watch Maybin. Break it down like this. Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marques Maybin on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marques Maybin and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marques Maybin. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station, and people, the day of reckoning is amongst us. And all I will say is, Steve, you got me. Good one, Steve Rummage. I wasn't prepared for this, but yes, I do have to answer for all of my sins. Jalen Withers and Nikki V in the booth. Nikki, give us a little intro music to our special guest.
Mask on my face. Sometimes you gotta cheat.
Let's just get the energy going for a second.
Drink surf like it's liquor. Street life,
I was worried about that. That's nice and clean.
I promise. Yeah, I did a little homework on
Hold on, let me warm up a little bit. Welcome, for those that were wondering. Yes. The man who cannot get over a C average in my class, in my grading, has decided to join us today on Middays with Marques Maybin. Jalen Withers, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I don't know if Jake has primed you or not, but this is our tradition. Every interview we do, we have a rule. Let's get the awkward, uncomfortable question out of the way first.
Oh boy.
So we can have fun for the rest of the show, for the rest of the interview. So here we go. Everybody knows. I gave y'all a warning. I said, be tuned in at 10 o'clock. The uncomfortable questions come first. Are you ready?
I hope so.
Okay. The uncomfortable, awkward question I have for one Jalen Withers. How many suicides have you had to run for your shoe coming off?
No suicides ran, but definitely a lot of decisions being made as far as on shoe size.
What? So how does that conversation go down in practice? Because listen, everybody listening right now knows from day one when you got on the court, I said, how does that baby's shoe keep coming off? Is that a shoe tying thing? Is that a shoe size thing? Are you an extra socks kind of person, or you just like the movement?
See, I've been trying out different stuff as far as with my feet. I'm pretty hard on the balls on my feet, but I used to go double socks.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went ankle brace with 2 insoles. Then I went a size up. Just experimenting.
Mm-hmm.
But finally got to the decision that we're a size 14 with some special made insoles,
mm-hmm.
and everything fits pretty smooth now.
So we don't have to worry about your shoe coming off at all. So you had a legitimate excuse, or did coach feel like you had a legitimate excuse?
He didn't give me any leeway to say it's an excuse, but yeah,
right.
You can say that.
Okay. Question number 2. Like I said, that was the tough one. Get it out the way. Who's harder on you? Who's the most harsh critic? Coach Mack, Curtis Withers, or Marques Maybin? Who is harsher on you out of those 3 gentlemen?
Gotta say Marques. Got to. You know, I ain't really got what above a what's the grade?
C.
C.
That's
crazy.
If somebody knows a game that I have given Jalen more than a C minus, maybe Duke. Yeah, but I like I said, it's no secret. I've given you 100% hard time. Okay, now we get to have a little fun. Okay, I want to go back through your. Okay, you decide to come to University of Louisville, right? You say it just kind of felt natural.
Yep.
Was it staff? Was it just the community? Like, because there's always one moment where you just say, man, this is something nice. Or was it just overall going through the city and your recruiting visit where you just said, this kind of reminds me of home or something like that?
I'd say all the above. Staff was definitely welcoming. Kept it straightforward and 100 with me. City definitely felt like another home for me.
During your visit?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Was it like restaurants or something in particular?
I believe Jeff Ruby's was the spot, and
of course
it was people coming up to me, saying like we look forward to you coming here even before I even committed. So.
He knows the spots to shout out already, doesn't he? Okay, so Jeff Ruby's kind of just an environment makes you feel it's one of our favorite spots too. Like, yeah.
It's pretty good food.
Okay, so it feels comfortable. You committed on your visit?
I did. I'm official.
Okay, you committed on your visit. You get here. Because like I said, I know coming out of school, anybody that's 4-star, 3-star, 4-star, you're on a 1-year plan, 2 years max in your mind. I'm gonna go kill it. I'm gonna get on out of here. You probably know guys that made the jump. You around the time I guess you just saw Jair jump. You know what I'm saying? So I know in your brain you're just like, let me go work these fools and get out of here.
Yeah.
Jalen Withers has a conversation, and Coach Mack tries to sell him on a red shirt. How did he get away with selling that to you? And like what? How could you be that comfortable? You know what I'm saying? Because I know that's a little ego.
No, it's definitely a tough decision. I had to say I probably talked. Me and my dad talked pretty briefly about a decision. I know that physically I wasn't there to play on the collegiate level. So,
did you think that? Did your dad kind of think that, or
I
agreed with
definitely thought that? Just based off of how practice was going, like during the preseason or the summer. So it was just like, I wasn't really getting to my spots like I wanted to, or playing through contact as easy as I was on the high school level. So, decided I needed that year in the weight room.
Who was giving you a handful? Like, because again, it's always funny. I talked about getting here, and I remember, thinking, how is this 6'9" dude staying with me? You know what I'm saying? You come here as a guard, you're like, this dude shouldn't be able to. I'm trying to cross him. He's picking me off. And do you remember? Let me ask you this question: are you familiar Escalade from N1?
Was that big fella?
Big fella.
Yeah, okay. I definitely know about him.
That's Mark. That's Troy Jackson, right? Could you imagine coming? Did you know he went here?
Nah, I did not.
Yes,
that's wild.
Yeah, he went to. That was the dude who took me under his wing when I got to school. Big Troy Jackson. When I got here, for somebody who's 360 pounds taking my ball from me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is a different level. These guys can really move.
Yeah.
Was there somebody who just a handful guy that just kind of made you feel like, like it's a little tougher than I thought it might be when you got here?
Man, I don't want to give nobody no props, but I had to say Dwayne Sutton and Malik Williams.
Really?
Those was probably the two biggest hassles for me.
Really? What about Dwayne and just raw strength when you got here?
Yeah, Dwayne is freaking nature.
Dwayne,
I don't understand how he's so strong. Yeah.
Well, because the size, or is it because here's the thing. We always had a conversation. People say, "Oh, you need to gain weight." I'm like, some people don't gain weight, but they just play, extra strong. So would you qualify Dwayne as that, or he's just like a weight room monster as well? Because he had those traps too.
Yeah, he's definitely a weight room monster. I seen him do chins with a 100-pound plate on his belt. Yeah, so he's definitely a physical specimen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Malik is just a dog. So it was just like every turn I made, he was just there.
Oh, so his defense of keeping you out from being able to get to the paint kind of made you feel like, okay, I can get. Okay, so walk me through that the years now. The reason I asked that in particular because the reset of getting into college is one of the hardest walls to kind of bust through. To say, okay, in practice, did you start to get a feel like during that red shirt year that I'm getting stronger, or kind of?
Oh yeah, for sure. I would say maybe like in late year vibes, maybe like November, December, around there. I ended up getting up to like 220 and was lifting pretty frequently. So it was like me getting to my spots was a lot easier. Was giving the team problems on the scout team, I guess you could say.
I remember the coach saying you got to be everybody's best player on the other team. You got to be the scorer. So would you say your confidence probably made the biggest jump out of that part of it? Yeah,
that's for sure. I knew if I could give them problems on the scout team, that if I was actually playing, it would be a different story.
No, it's funny. When I talked about him getting to play that role, we used to have, like, if we got in trouble, the best thing about getting in trouble was get put on a third string team or the scout team. You get to shoot all the balls. You know what I'm saying? So, you're getting benched, but like, yeah, I get to you're loosen up my game, you know what I'm saying? And jump back in there. Okay, so you get into your rookie year. Did you play how you expected? Did you expect more out of yourself freshman year, or you just didn't know what to expect?
I kind of didn't necessarily know what to expect, with me having the positioning change. But I knew that's what we needed to compete, so just bought into the role.
How big of a deal is that? Because now we're gonna naturally get into the position conversation. And I'll be candid. I hate that sound. You go to the league, any big time games, you played against some big time teams. People are switching. You're gonna have to guard somebody.
Yeah.
So people call in, Marques, you're hard on Jalen. He's out of position, and I'm like, it doesn't. What are you gonna do if a 6'3" guy is guarding you? Yeah. You got to go at him. If this big dude, if a 7 foot is guarding you, you got to go get. How big is position in Coach Mac's world, in your opinion? Because I'll say, okay, there's some teams have positions and some teams have zero positions. Where does he kind of fall in the scale?
I would say the 5 probably differentiates from the 1
so it's
through
4.
4.
Okay, so it's 4 guys and a 5. Okay,
basically 1 through 4.
Even in the new system.
Yeah.
Well, is it a bigger difference between your first, your
very first year?
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a big difference. I mean, we had high caliber players my freshman year as well, but I think that this year we might be on par, if not better, I think. But the offense is definitely
on
a lot
par
smoother.
Or better as far as talent.
Yeah, I think that we have a just as deep, if not deeper, roster.
You see what he's doing right now?
You don't think so?
Go ahead and explain to him what you had to do.
Like don't get me wrong. We talking about Jordan Wara, Fresh Kimball, Ryan McMahon. We got some high caliber players and all, but we got some this year as well.
Listen, a confident quote like that, it's his job to say,
I got to market, man. Yeah. We're using that in promos.
Right. We're gonna talk about how Jalen Withers came on and
just found my Sports Center clip. Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Okay, so off season, Jalen was preparing for this year. He says, okay, this got to be my year. You hear Coach Mac with the Jalen can be anything he wants to be and inconsistency. How hard is he on you? Like as far as, because it's one of those things where I wouldn't yell at you if I didn't care about you, kind of thing. I know you probably want to roll your eyes, when you say it. I know you hear that as much as you probably hear that as much as anybody.
Yeah.
How harsh on you is he on a daily basis, like trying to push you?
It depends on my nastiness in practice, I guess you could say. That's a word that me and him have started using to, I guess, define my game. If I'm being nasty and tenacious on the boards and on the defensive and offensive end, I mean, it doesn't really say too much. I mean, he's definitely going to give coaching points on things that maybe I can probably improve on or that I did wrong. But I'd probably say the days that I might be out to lunch or might not be as nasty, he's definitely on my ass.
we got that. We caught that. Okay, well, that's what's important. Okay, how do you get motivated? Like, are you like, how do you get, is Coach Mac challenging you? Does that get you motivated? Or sometimes it's just like when he's ignoring you or when he's mad at you? Because, you get some coaches like, if they're disappointed in you, it's kind of like, damn, I got to play better.
Yeah.
Some coaches just stay on you. What kind of gets under your skin or kind of gets you a little worked up?
I'd definitely say when he's in my ear, the whole practice is like, all right, let me make sure I do everything I can to get him to get off my back.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, well, let's just talk about Coach Mac for a second. Give me some of his practice habits that you say, okay, Coach is on one today. Like just give me how would you know if Coach Mac was in a surly mood at the beginning of practice?
At the beginning of practice,
or does he not come in there with he just?
He's usually in good spirits at the beginning of practice, unless we have like a practice prior to, and it's like, all right, we got to do better. We got to be better than this.
What's his trigger?
Blow bys. He hates it. Like if you just get straight line driven to the rack, he hates it. He'll send everybody to the line.
The whole team. He'll run everybody if somebody gives
red and white. If we keep getting blown by,
that's his biggest.
Yeah, that and probably turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he wants us to play fast this year, but he also doesn't want us to turn the ball over.
Oh, okay. How much of a change is the speed? How difficult it is, is it trying to kind of adjust to the new pace?
I think that majority of the team is adjusting pretty well, but I'd say it's definitely a lot faster than last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably like a 8, 9.
But the turnovers, like I say, it's something that kind of comes with the territory,
especially with the new offense. Everybody trying to learn where they got to be at, or how to run it as fast as we need to. Yeah, it comes with the territory for sure.
Okay, so just a couple more questions. I'll get you out of here. Like I said, I know you got stuff to do. I will get back to you in particular. Nastiness is a word. You want to be loved by the community for the rest of your life. Are you a goal setter? And what do we have to do as a community to get you to dunk the ball more? Is that something in the plans? Like, do you hear about that enough to where it gets on your nerves?
It never leaves my mind. That was all I was really hearing since high school. Dunk the ball more. You're too athletic to be laying everything up. You're right next to the rim. Just even if it's not a power dunk, just drop it in or throw it in. Especially with the coaching staff this year.
Do you feel like you get kind of like lost in the game and just want to get the bucket, or what is it? Or you just naturally have been or you feel like in your mind you were a 3 kind of 2, 3?
It's not even that. It's more so my eyes, a 2 is a 2, but. I mean, the dunks definitely give us momentum.
They're gonna kill you here.
Yeah, the dunks definitely give us momentum, and the fans love it. So it's definitely gonna have to be more.
So you do agree that that's an important thing.
Yeah, that's for sure.
If you get caught in a moment where do you running back down the court? Do you say, "Damn, I should dunk that"?
Yeah, it's definitely plays. It's definitely plays where I think that.
Do you remember one in particular? It just stands out like, man, that could have been my moment right there.
I want to say it might have been when Duke came here. I think Dre ripped middle. He found me in the dunker, threw it behind the back pass, and I could have dunked it from the baseline, but I ended up just laying it up.
I know exactly the play you're talking about.
He gets on me to this day about it.
I know exactly the play you're talking about. Everybody listening right now knows exactly because I said you took off from here, and I was like, why are you fading away from the? And did coach, was that a film session problem?
Nah, I mean we got the bucket, but he was definitely in my ear about
you
dunking
fell
the ball.
too, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I ain't fall. Not that play. Not that play.
I don't know.
I don't recall falling that play.
Okay, well, fair
I don't
enough.
recall that one.
I was gonna say we might have to go back and check the film.
We can watch the film for sure.
Okay, yeah, just a couple more before I get you out of here. This season, do you have expectations go? First, wait, well, Ross McMahon, what has he brought to the table? I didn't want to get you out of here without talking about that. What has he brought to the table individually for you and kind of for the team? You know, we knew he was a different outside of the box kind of coach. What has he brought to, like I said, individuals in the program?
A lot, from skill development to the implication of the new offense. Like, he just brought a lot to the table. Honestly, he's a genius when it comes to the offensive end of the court. Even on the defensive end, he has different points that can be pretty beneficial.
Outside of you, who has he helped the most? Individual game, like I know some of the newcomers, it's hard to tell, but who have you seen to make the biggest jump with his individual instruction on the team?
That's tough, because I think that he's helped everybody a lot. Like, he's made me a lot more poised with my dribble and helped me help me get better with my handle, you know, with playing with a lot more pace. He's helped Dre Davis with that as well. Me and him have a similar game at times. I'd say as far as the guards, he's definitely given them a lot easier reads, you know, whether that's coming off a ball screen, whether that's just dribbling around the paint, like how Steve Nash does, dribble up under the basket and find somebody, go take somebody.
Yep, take care of the ball.
Basically taking care of the ball. He's definitely helped.
Okay, well, you're having fun now. You've grown up.
Fun.
No, and now I'm talking about you in particular. You know, you seem like you're getting more comfortable. Your own skin. Like I said, we've listened to your voice mature. We've watched you grow up. Okay, so now rules change. Name, image, and likeness. There's no way you don't have some gear now.
Oh yeah, definitely do.
I'm listening.
Just partner with 502 Originals. My guy Simi, he has a couple. Well, we're dropping some shirts on Saturday. Different colorways. Probably the same image that I've been posting about. But yeah.
How much are you involved in the creative process?
See, me, I'm not too much of an artist, but I definitely had a thing for the picture. It was pretty smooth.
Okay, so people are gonna follow you. People are gonna give me your Twitters, give me your Instagram, give everybody every single way. This is where you start selling yourself to the people. How can anybody get in contact with you?
Twitter handle and Instagram handle are Jalen Withers, JaelynWithers.
Jalen Withers on Twitter, Jalen Withers on Instagram. Everybody can reach out to you. Are you missing class to be over here? Because I'm gonna get in trouble with the staff.
I am not.
Okay, well, listen, man.
Monday, Wednesdays.
Listen, I think because of this conversation, I may lighten up on you a little bit. Now that I know you're thinking about dunking all the time, now that I know nastiness is something that you're actually, trying to add to your game, and you obviously like the talent on the team, so you sound pretty high on that. Is there any extra shout outs you want to give before I get you out of here? Shout out to Jake Weingarten hanging out with us, y'all. Jake, is there anything you want to jump in and shout out anybody real quick before you get you out of here?
Shout out to Steve Rummage. Even though he's not here, man. I know he's listening, so I wanted to say what's up. But that's about it.
That's cool.
And shout out to Jalen too.
Listen,
yeah, bro, for sure, bro. Yeah,
listen. The door is open anytime. We're right on campus. Like anytime advice I can ever give you. Anything. The door is open. We do appreciate y'all hanging out with us here on 93.9 Nikki, any questions you want to jump in here with before we get out of here?
I mean, I got the stat comparisons.
Give me the stat comparison real quick, because I need Jalen to get out of here. I don't need to be dropping any more spots. He started as a freshman. I know his numbers are going to be creeping up on mine if he plays another year. Hurry up and get to the league.
All right, so you played 27 games your freshman year. You averaged exactly 10 points.
Okay.
Exactly 10 points. Jalen played 20 games and averaged 10.1. He just beat you.
Damn it.
He just beat you.
Damn it.
1.
Sorry, man.
Second year, we can't really compare it because he didn't play enough games.
Yeah.
What was his average?
No. I only have 20.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Golly, get out of school. Man, listen, I appreciate you coming in, man. Anytime. Have a great season. Stay healthy. Take it all away.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys for having me.
That'll do it. Middays with Marques Maybin on 93.9 The Ville.
Steve Rummage here from 93.9 The Ville, and I want to tell you about Vitality Wellness and Weight Loss. Vitality is a safe, effective weight loss program that is tailored to your body. With Vitality, you'll get a personalized food list and supplements based on your needs. Vitality is science-based, and in your first visit, you'll go through a complete body scan and be assigned a personal specialist. In the first week, I was down 16 pounds. So go to vitalitylouisville.com or call 502-442-2117 and let them know you heard about it right here from Steve Rummage and 93.9 The Ville.
If you want the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits, go to Liquor Barn, or better yet, have Liquor Barn bring it to you. Download the Liquor Barn app, visit their website, or just call and let Liquor Barn deliver whatever it is you need to stock the bar. And if it's your birthday month, make sure you visit their website for the Pappy Birthday promotion, where you can get a chance to purchase a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle. Liquor Barn is proud to be the presenting sponsor once again of Ravens football on ESPN Louisville. So whether you're getting ready for the Ravens or your favorite team, have Liquor Barn bring the party to you. Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Football season is finally here, and Wing Zone is ready for game day. Try our new Game Day to Go special for only $39. It's perfect for a tailgate at the stadium or a watch party at home. Have your wings sauced in any of Wing Zone's 17 delicious flavors. Call ahead to place your order so you don't miss a minute of action. WingZone.com. You got it.
Follow the leader, ESPN Louisville, your home for the college football playoff, NFL, the Final Four, and the best sports talk. Download the ESPN Louisville app today, delivered by UPS Jobs Kentucky.
Do you have back pain? Court Physical Therapists are the experts in treating back pain, and physical therapy is the best and first choice for treatment. It can be more effective than surgical options, plus it's non-invasive. Court therapists work one-on-one with patients to create a customized treatment plan and specific exercises to alleviate pain. Court is now offering 3 convenient care options: in-clinic, tele-rehab, and rehab at home. So schedule your appointment today at court.com. That's KORT.com.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold crab, tap, can, or bottled beer, 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
It's a special Halloween edition of the Tailspin Ale Fest presented by Cox's and Evergreen Liquors. And it's all coming up Saturday, October 30th at Bowman Field. Dress up and drink up at Louisville's Scary Good Beer Fest, featuring more than 250 beers and ciders from all over the country. Plus, catch all the games at the ESPN Louisville Lounge, VIP and general admission tickets, as well as shuttle information available now at tailspinalefest.com.
Just because summer is behind us doesn't mean there aren't some really hot days ahead. So if your AC isn't ready for these hot fall days, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222. Right now from DFH Company, when you buy a qualifying Trane HVAC system, receive 18-month special financing. It's hard to stop a train, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Basketball is back, Card Nation, and we can't wait to welcome you back home to the KFC Yum Center. Don't miss out on the season-long family fun and unbeatable value of Louisville women's basketball season tickets. Secure your seats for all 17 home games, including marquee matchups against Kentucky, Notre Dame, and Florida State. Season tickets offer you the best seats and big-time savings over single-game tickets. Explore options, flexible payment plans, and get more information at gocards.com/WBB tickets. That's gocards.com/WBB tickets.
U of L Health's expertise is now at more hospitals, medical centers, and physician practices, along with Brown Cancer Center and Fraser Rehab, making the impossible possible. That's the power of you. To learn more, visit uoflhealth.org.
This is Bob Valvano. As some of you know, I have stage 4 leukemia. Thanks to 2 new medications that are both less than 5 years old, my progress has been good and my prognosis is strong. Those medications only came about because of research funded from people like you. My late brother Jim said, I need your help. It may not save my life, but it may save someone you love. This research is doing just that. We created Kentuckiana Friends of V, a local 501c3 organization that works in close cooperation with the V Foundation to fund research and preventive initiatives locally, right here in the Kentuckiana area. Won't you consider helping us in that quest? Sign up for an event, volunteer, or just make a donation at kfov.org. You really do help save lives like mine. That's kfov.org.
Your home for Liquor Barn's coverage of Lamar Jackson and Baltimore Ravens football is right here on ESPN Louisville.
Jackson runs the option, pitches to Freeman, left side. He's got room. He's the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Ravens.
The Ravens are back in action Sunday to take on Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Pre-game coverage begins at 12:30 with kickoff at 1. And it's all right here on 93.9 The Ville. Live play-by-play of Lamar and the Ravens is presented by Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
We opened our first location in 1995. Cox is more a convenience-driven brand, where Evergreen is more of a shopping experience.
The bourbon world has really kind of exploded over the last 5 to 10 years.
We are always bringing in new barrel picks that were hand-selected by our team.
My favorite part is the people.
Satisfying what their needs is our top priority. Cox's and Evergreen Liquors are Louisville's neighborhood liquor store. Visit our website, coxslouisville.com.
All right. This is Matthew McConaughey, and you've seen me in movies like A Time to Kill and The Lincoln Lawyer. Wait, this isn't Matthew McConaughey. This is Brandon Lang. But Matthew did play me in the movie 2 for the Money. Now, it's been both a blessing and a curse, because when I got
You got a song you want to come back to?
movie, you have to look good for
I got you. I was gonna play Knife Talk again, but give me another Drake song in honor of Jalen. Good instrumental. Got you.
And they use the most up-to-date methods and technology. From the minute you walk into the door until the time you leave, Dr. Mark Waldman and his staff make you feel as comfortable as possible throughout the entire process. This was one of the best decisions of my life. I now have a full head of hair. Go to hairsurgery.com right now and take the first step in looking the way you want to look. That's hairsurgery.com.
First of all, shout out Steve Rummage.
Well done at it, Steve.
He wanted me to have to answer. He knew what was going to happen. He knew it was better that he not
unmute
for this one. I got it. He knew. You know why he knew? Because he knows underneath all of my harsh exterior, underneath all of my harsh criticism and my callous basketball stances, he knows I'm a softie. Yeah. I'm a softie at heart.
You're like a good cereal, man. Crunchy on the outside, nice and chewy on the inside.
He knew that once I got Jalen Withers in here, and I started talking basketball with him, and I saw in his face when he's asked about his shoe slipping out of his shoe, he gave me an explanation, right? And see, this is a lesson for people that sit at home and criticize like me. Right? As many times as his shoes came, I had no idea he was going through multiple insoles, multiple ankle braces, all these kind of ways that, he's harsh on his feet. So he's, trying to get different shoe sizes, and he's going through all this. And Marques Maybin is sitting at home. Why can't you tie your shoes up, son? Why don't you just go up and dunk? This man's been going through it, just trying to get the right fit for his feet.
Don't always know the full story, man.
Don't always
sitting on your armchair.
Right. Armchair shooter Marques Maybin. Right. And then we get in here and then we start asking him about dunking. And he's like, I'm thinking about it all the time. I've been hearing the same thing since high school.
I did like his answer of a 2's a 2. He was like,
which we can't tolerate.
I know, but I thought it was cool that he was like, I know it gives us momentum, but in his mind, he was like, I just want to get the job done.
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be the guy that clanks it off the back of the rim.
Listen, and when asked about putting the extra stink on it, this is a little bit of outside baseball kind of talk, but just so people know, I did request that he put some extra into it, right? And like a responsible young man that he's supposed to do, he said, yeah, I have to be careful about that though, because the texts are, they hurt. Nobody cares about the technical. You will get more name, image, and likeness money by getting the technical. Nobody cared when Montrezl Harrell got a technical foul.
Kyle Carrick, yeah.
We persecute referees for giving tech. Jalen, young fella. The referees got one time to give us a technical on dunks in Louisville. You think Tennessee Volunteer fans were mad at the game? Let them call a technical after you dunk on somebody at the University of Louisville, Jalen.
Juice is worth the squeeze, man. I'm just saying, juice is worth the squeeze.
The juice will absolutely 100% be worth the squeeze. And again, I bet they won't call it again. So sacrifice one. But he did say we want to get some numbers up, on the dunking. Like I said, knowing that coach is emphasizing the nastiness on a daily basis, knowing that that coach didn't come in. Because, sometimes you have coaches that come in surly, and I think that was kind of eye-opening saying, he said, no, coach comes in, saying with an upbeat attitude and, he's consistent. So he practices kind of what he preaches.
What was Coach Crumb's like baseline attitude coming into practice? This is a comparison.
Okay, again, everybody, I know you've heard this story before, and I'm not even going to tell the story, but because Nikki asked, he may have never heard me actually say this. Nikki, when you are a dual championship winning coach, and you've been around Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and you coached under Wooden, and you part of championships and the greatest play, and you coach Griff, it's like all y'all suck for real. Like y'all don't realize what I've coached, right? So Coach Crum is just like either y'all gonna listen or you're not. But it's like it's your loss if you don't listen.
I've seen it done better. Just know this. At whatever we're doing, I've seen it done better.
And listen, every young punk, freshman, Louisville player always thinks they're good. Every Louisville freshman, sophomore, you have to be smart enough to listen to Coach Crum, because it's like I don't want to say he doesn't care, but he's like, it's your loss if you don't listen to me. He knows everything. He's seen everything, Nikki. So when he tells you, it might help if you do this, you better be smart enough to listen.
He's sort of just like, take it or don't.
Yeah, yeah. You're gonna suck, and either we're gonna get beat, or I'm gonna get a guy to replace you. I will get somebody better than you next year.
You should say that was always his like motivation.
Yes.
It's just like, yeah, Marcus, sorry, I thought you were capable of doing this.
No,
I'll get someone who can. It's
listen,
like,
he it's the disappointed dad play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's my fault. I shouldn't put you out there.
It cuts way deeper
Yeah.
than.
Yeah, what are you doing, man? I never had a problem with people screaming at me. It was the disappointment guy.
Yeah.
Son, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a bomb planted inside you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh.
And yeah, so Coach Crum, like I said, Davenport, he'll push you. Like I said, Coach Crum is just like, nah, listen, I called this play because I thought you could run it. You obviously don't pay attention in practice. You obviously don't want to run the play. So next time we're down 2 and we need an alley-oop, we'll go get somebody else. Oh no. Wait, coach, I can do it like this. And people, go ahead and grab that real quick. People, is there anything did you enjoy the interview with Jalen Withers? Is there something that I forgot to ask him about? Because here's the thing. I could have a sheet full of notes, and I obviously get lost in the conversation. I kind of go basketball junkie, basketball nerdy. So but let me get to the phone lines in case people have any commentary. Doc, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Maybin. Now, did Coach Crum press it if he wanted to talk to you about something? Would it start with some?
Wait,
and then he go on.
Wait, say that one more time, Doc. You kind of cut out a little bit.
Wouldn't he preface anything that he was going to correct you about with some? And then he tell you what it was?
Yes, absolutely. Listen, you almost know what he's gonna say before he says it, and it just makes you drop your head.
Another question though I had, it would have been interesting to ask Jalen how he feels when an opponent dunks on him. And if he would translate that into how he could affect the opponent.
That would have been a great question.
Cody.
Does anybody stick out in your mind, Doc, that's caught Jalen?
No, I can't.
Me neither. Doc, I do appreciate the call. We got a couple people jumping on the phone line, so I got to move along. Did somebody catch Jalen? I think somebody caught him pretty good. Maybe Bassey or somebody, but
I mean, like he was playing out of position all year. That was the one question I wanted to ask him, but he was comfortable. I feel bad. I took the good headphones and gave him my old janky.
You took the good headphones
and then I
gave him that.
I know. I felt bad about that. So I was looking, and then I was like, I should give him mine, but I don't know, maybe COVID or something. He was like, nah, he's
right. Yeah, but we just cranked up the volume so he could use it kind of as a speaker.
He was able to hear it, but the one question I wanted to ask him was how the body transformation was going from having to bulk up to having to streamline a little bit.
Did you hear his voice?
Sounded like a baritone. He came in here and I was like, dude's got some pipes.
Did you hear his voice?
Making Paul Keels from Ohio State sound like he's a teenage girl.
He did not sound like that when he got to this school.
I dropped a couple octaves. It really did.
Right. Cody, thanks for joining us on Middays with Marques Maybin. Fire away, my man.
What's going on, man? So you pretty much covered everything I think everyone wanted you to ask him. The only thing, and I texted this in, the only thing that I think you should have asked to clear up any confusion is what his official height and weight is, because that has been a debate for the last year. That, like, I hear some people say, oh, he's 6'8", 220. Then I hear, oh, he grew to 6'10", 240. So, like, that was the one question I think you probably should have asked, but you covered the dunking question, which was the most important one. So I can't really take anything away from the interview at all.
Well, Cody, I do appreciate that. I appreciate that call. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of anything I left off the table that I really just needed to ask him. Like I said, I feel like I kind of cheated him out of my position talk. You know what I'm saying? But for him saying that the 5 is really the only different, the different spot. You know what I'm saying? And I guess we have pretty much seen that. Since Mac has been here, I guess it's other than speed, I guess it's not a big, huge change.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay, so Nikki, you had to mark it, and I had to call you. I shouldn't have called you out for marking.
No. I'm glad you did. Like, I mean,
that was the statement of the interview.
Yeah, no, Jack actually came in here. He's like, "Hey, did you mark that? Because I need it for Sports Center, and also to make Streeble have going to a tizzy later on today." So, yeah, so that'll be worth it.
Were you surprised that he said that?
I mean, a little bit, but I mean, as the clip went on, because I re-listened to it. Spoiler alert: it's going to be in my Sports Center coming up in about 5 minutes.
Right.
But when he talked about, it wasn't as it's sports radio. We all have to, hype things up and everything. But as it went on, it didn't sound as crazy or outrageous because he really went to the depth of it.
Right.
And that is something that we've talked about. I mean, how many scholarships are on this team? I mean, it's, that I feel is a completely fair, not inflammatory. Not that he was saying it to be inflammatory, but when you look at it that way, that seems incredibly level-headed.
Yeah,
and it makes total sense.
And I didn't press that out of him either. Did
that happened very organically. Very organically.
Yeah, I would have felt terrible if I asked him a question like, "How do you compare this team to your number 2 seed team?" The other year when you were sitting out. You know what I'm saying? And just like, no, but he did say, hey, we had some dudes. We had Jordan, we had Ryan, Dwayne, Malik.
And that came after him saying that, he kind of got the work a little bit from Dwayne and Malik.
I had to ask that question too.
Yeah. I thought that was a very, it's very sheepish. I don't want to give anyone props, but yeah.
Can you imagine him coming in to Dwayne Sutton messing with him?
Good Lord. But what did he say? He was doing pull-ups with 2 plates on him? I mean,
he said he's doing chin-ups.
Yeah.
With 100-pound plates hanging on.
I mean, that's talking about Cody. We want actual stats on physical stats on some of these guys. I mean, that was kind of a peek into.
He did say 100, right? He said, didn't he say 100 or say with a plate?
Yeah, I don't know if a couple plates is 90. So if he's doing it with a couple plates, then that's 90. I mean, that's still. I mean, just damn.
That is some impression. Okay, well, people, here's the thing. I hope y'all enjoyed the interview as much as I did. Like I said, you can go back. It will be as soon as the show is over. You will be able to find it on 93.9. It will be potted up.
I'm gonna try to get it up before the show.
Is there any other takeaways you got from it in particular? Says Ross McMahon said they saw improvement in everybody in general.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because there was a lot of good stuff there. The McMahon stuff.
If you're a Louisville fan, you feel good about the vibe in that room.
Yeah, it was interesting hearing it was almost like the little nuances in the cracks, like the relationships in the cracks, like hearing how Mac, what he actually are his trigger points and everything. And what that he actually comes in with I don't want to say a jolly demeanor, right. But he comes in in a good mood. And then also the fact that Dre was busting his chops about not dunking that, because that's what a teammate does. Like,
listen, and I don't know. I hope he said he didn't fall. He said he didn't fall. But I swear, I felt like he was fading away or just something stuck. I remember something stuck out.
But I mean, like you said, we'll go to the tape. Tape don't lie.
Because I know, like I said,
Chris,
I know the play. Last one before we get to the top of the hour. Chris, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
What's up, Maybin? Nikki?
Feeling good.
You were talking about when you played, there wasn't a worse feeling than when you were practicing and the coach told you know what, Maybin, just go ahead and turn red, man. You ain't getting it done today.
Right?
That is a horrible feeling. But you, like you said, you do get to get in there and shoot it all up. Here's a question I wish you would have asked him. How does he feel about the disrespect of the preseason ACC team, the fact that he made it, and now, I mean, we're talking about this man going to the league, and they got kids who have not played 1 second and picked over him. If he needs any motivation, that's the motivation he needs to thrive on. I'll get up and I'll listen to you.
Kurt, man, I appreciate I appreciate the call. That's a great point for being ACC, for him making the ACC freshman team, and then not being on a team the next year. I mean, would y'all think he had regressed or something? Like how, it would almost seem like it's just a natural. I mean, maybe you just give the natural Duke bump to everybody. Just Coach K's bringing in the dogs for one last run. And that's a good point, Chris. disrespect. Well, you know what? Sometimes we need a little of that. We need to be the underdog. This is Louisville. Like we are more of a hunter than the hunted. So what's it called? The catbird seat? When you're just ready to pounce on somebody? Guess it can't be the catbird seat though. But
Catbird seat?
Yeah, something like that. Well, we're rolling along. Middays with Marques Maybin on 939 The Ville.
I'm sorry, I did not know that one. The catbird seat. Okay.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold crab, tap, can, or bottled beer? 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
This is Bob Valvano. As some of you know, I have stage 4 leukemia. Thanks to 2 new medications that are both less than 5 years old, my progress has been good and my prognosis is strong. Those medications only came about because of research funded from people like you. My late brother Jim said, I need your help. It may not save my life, but it may save someone you love. This research is doing just that. We created Kentuckiana Friends of V, a local 501c3 organization that works in close cooperation with the V Foundation to fund research and preventive initiatives locally, right here in the Kentuckiana area. Won't you consider helping us in that quest? Sign up for an event, volunteer, or just make a donation at kfov.org. You really do help save lives like mine. That's kfov.org.
Here's what you missed on the Diener Show.
It's a must-win. It's a must-win for him. It's a must-win for a fan base that is not sure whether this is the right guy coaching the team. But I think could still be swayed with wins. I think. Boy, I don't know. And as I say that, I mean, I have to say I think can be swayed with wins if they get to 7 wins.
Weekday morning, 7 to 10 on 93.9 The Ville, ESPN 680 and 105.7.
This is Lamar Jackson, and you're listening to the home of the Ravens in Louisville, 93.9 The Ville.
Download the ESPN Louisville app. Search ESPN Louisville for streaming, podcasts, and the latest program schedule. An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
Time now for a Kentuckiana Sports Center update.
Good morning. I'm Nick Valvano. The Sports Center update brought to you by Baptist Health. Don't enjoy pain. Get in your way. Take Baptist Health's knee and hip pain assessment today. BaptistHealth.com. Jalen Withers joined Marques Maybin in studio earlier today. Jalen compared this year's squad to the one he had in his freshman year.
I think it's definitely a big difference. I mean, we had high caliber players my freshman year as well, but I think that this year we might be on par, if not better, I think. But the offense is definitely
on par or better as far as talent.
Yes, I think that we have a just as deep, if not deeper, roster.
Check that full interview out on the podcast center at ESPNLouisville.com. U of L also announcing Gabe Wisnitzer broke his right wrist in practice Monday. His timetable for a return is around 4 weeks. And tonight, NLCS Game 5, Dodgers Bravos, right here on 93.9 The Ville at 7:30. More Middays next. This is SportsCenter.
Hey guys, it's Andy Sweeney here. When it was time to expand our offices and studios at ESPN Louisville, guys, the choice was easy. Realm Construction. Find them online today, realmconstruction.com. They're family owned and have been serving the Louisville area now for 60 years. Owners Rich Banks and Bill Receiver could not have been easier to work with. Their knowledge, professionalism, and attention to detail were absolutely top-notch. Bottom line, Realm Construction did everything they said they would do and more. Realm Construction specializes in commercial general contracting. You've probably seen their work at 4th Street Live, as well as many healthcare facilities around the area. For their full portfolio, visit realmconstruction.com. We trusted Realm Construction for our expansion, and you should too. For your next project, use Realm Construction. Online at realmconstruction.com or give them a call, 581-9191.
It's baseball season. No matter how you watch the game, you'll win with Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi, the official wine of Major League Baseball. Get Woodbridge wine and open up a winner. It's got the smooth, fruit-forward flavors that have been a game day tradition for over 40 years. Shop, delivery, and pickup options at orderwoodbridge.com. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. Please enjoy our wines responsibly. 2021 Woodbridge Winery, Acampo, California.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special. At Kroger, we've got a huge selection of high-quality meats on top of fresh, natural produce, like fresh, never-frozen prime-grade beef and our Simple Truth organic Brussels sprouts, or delicious king crab legs with our private selection gourmet potatoes. Whew, had to say that doubly fast. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Get more ways to save at the Buy 5 or More Save $1 each sale.
It's 8 minutes.
Participating items and save $1 each with card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's 8 minutes. It's 8 minutes. You just want to play it? Or just play the whole thing? All right, cool.
Jacksports.com. Sign up today and start winning. I'm the top NFL handicapper in the country. We're dominating $100 players up over $3,000 September 1st, and everybody is winning. Basketball season is now here. Add those plays for less than $20 a week and make money betting the games. That's 1-800-298-1383 or fatjacksports.com to win money betting today.
At Pepsi, we know now more than ever we play a vital role in supporting our communities, and we're looking for top talent to join our team in Louisville, Kentucky. Our competitive benefits and employee perks and discounts start day one of hire. As a CDL driver for Pepsi, we guarantee you're home every night. If you're currently out of work, out of school, or looking to launch your career with the best in the beverage business, look no further than PepsiCo. We're hiring CDL Class A drivers, warehouse team members, and store merchandisers. Apply today at PepsiFrontlineCareers.com. That's PepsiFrontlineCareers.com.
Looking for a big diamond? Genesis Diamonds introduces our Elite Collection. These are large, rare diamonds in the top 1%.
What was the Drake song you wanted?
Carat up to 10-carat precious diamonds for the most discriminating buyers who appreciate quality. Genesis owners travel worldwide, tapping a vast network of diamond cutters, carefully hand-selecting each of these remarkable diamonds. We invite you to view this premium collection of GIA-certified diamonds, rounds, cushion cuts, emerald cuts, even fancy colored diamonds in size and quality never before seen here. And to showcase these exquisite stones, only Genesis has the finest handcrafted rings from all the world-class designers. If this is the year you're upgrading her original diamond, or you just want to go big for the first time, no need to travel to New York or Los Angeles or Antwerp. Genesis Diamonds' elite collection of large precious diamonds is here in Louisville. Genesis Diamonds and pre-owned Rolexes, Shelbyville Road Plaza.
Was making fun of me for the temperature in the studio. He said it was too hot. I said, no, Jalen. He said, at the hour, it resets because we have an awesome automatic system here. Temperature control is one of the most valuable resources one can have. And if you agree, the DFH company is definitely 100% the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look them online at dfhcompany.com. Inquire about the Mitsubishi Mini Split for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
Go and do DraftKings.
Yeah, you can jump at it.
I always get excited when I get tagged in to do one of these bad
Replacing
boys.
Steve Rummage is one Nikki V in DraftKings.
Oh man, I'm about to school that fella. I hope he's enjoying Epcot, because he ain't getting this job back when he comes back. The NBA, it's back, and at DraftKings Sportsbook, an authorized sports betting partner of the NBA, the key to victory is a strong starting five. New customers can bet just $5 on any NBA team to win their game, and if they do, you win $200 in free bets. So why not make your roster Washington, 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 and oh yes, Washington. I'm so happy I get that joke now. It's very good, actually. DraftKings Sportsbook customers can also get skin in the game with new same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code WLCL. Bet just $5 on any NBA team to win their game and win $200 in free bets. If they win, you win with promo code WLCL this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an authorized sports betting partner of the NBA. The fine print. Watch how fast I do this. Must be 21 or older, Indiana only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Boom. Eat your heart out, Rummage.
Texter says, I was waiting for the harmony to kick in like End of the Road, like the Boys to Men. You get that joke?
No.
Boys to Men, End of the Road, bass voice guy.
Oh.
You know, just super bass voice, you know. Girl, you know I'll always love you. That was pretty funny.
That is funny. Okay, that was good.
Somebody else says he has a nice bass voice. He needs to think about getting into radio.
He really does have a good voice.
He has. It stands out though. We have 8 text messages about his voice being so deep.
I mean, it's NIL. Have him voice your spot.
He must be doing that on purpose. I should have called him like, dude, that ain't your voice. That is not your voice.
He leaves here sounding like Urkel.
Right.
Wow, Jake, that was a great interview. Thanks.
I guarantee that wasn't. So people who were just joining us at the 11 o'clock, we did have Jalen Withers on. I probably kept him a little longer than I should. We had him in the first hour. Again, you can always go back and re-listen to that. It kind of put me in a full basketball mood, but I don't want to do that. I wanted to kind of reset because I've been listening to a lot of football conversations. Say it sounds like a grown-ass man. He does. Fact. I still wanted to change gears a little bit. I don't want to kidnap all of the football conversation talking about lineups. And yes, people, having him in here did make me want to lighten up on his grade. I don't know though. By the time the season gets started, I guess we are in the season, but maybe I will jump back into angry mob mentality, Marques. But we'll see. Like I said, I always loosen up on.
I give it 3 games before you're back to that.
You think I'll soft grade him for 3 games?
I think I don't know about soft grade, but I think that you'll use a less sharp, pitchfork. How about this? You'll use the pitchfork, but it'll be your offhand. Like you'll use it on your left hand.
But I don't know, because now I know he'll be listening. Now I know I'll be talking directly to him through the radio. Maybe that'll make me harsher on him.
I give it 3 games. Seriously, I give it 3 games.
Maybe.
I look. We're training our dog. We got a dog trainer, and he went through. When you have a rescue, like the different time frames, and there's a rule of 3. And the rule, not just in comedy, the rule of 3 is like after a certain number of things, you'll either regress, or you'll get back to your baseline. So I'm giving you 3 games, and you're going to be back at your baseline.
Listen,
taking shots.
And also 502 Originals. His gear is coming out. JAELYN Jalen Withers on both Instagram. Follow him, y'all.
Yeah,
follow him.
I retweeted it. The station account retweeted it. If you,
if
you don't,
tag him, follow him, make him feel better about being on these airwaves. Let his teammates say, "Man, you know what? Jalen went on there. I want to go check out Maybin.
Maybin's not so bad."
Right. Just let's get this thing started. But if they see his followers jump up by 300 and just going on for a couple of minutes, guess what we can do for you, fellas?
If you want more of that, like on the program, then yes, do exactly what you said. Like, share, retweet. I sound like every YouTube, thing. Hit that subscribe button. But seriously,
it does help. Okay. Last thing, I promise y'all, I'll move along. I didn't ask him about the major pain the Mission Impossible.
I know I had it. I meant to get in your ear and remind you about that. I thought the stat thing would be a little bit funnier, but yeah, we had I had a best of
that was yours.
Major Pain. Yeah, sorry. I'm muting it right now. Sorry, I'm trying to I had a bunch of people drop off, so I'm trying to book folks for Jeff and I in about 30 minutes. so you're, my bad.
You're pre-producing for your Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I want to jump out of this for Texas says I give it one missed dunk before I'm back to Anger Grader.
I say
he misses a dunk. I'm going.
Yeah.
No,
I feel like he's bought one. He's bought one. You're gonna.
He's bought a couple.
Okay, so two missed dunks, 3 games. That's what I think.
He's bought a couple. I like him.
No, absolutely. He had a great way about it.
I like you're right, right.
And it helps when you have a voice that's like a mixture between,
God and Barry White.
Yeah, somewhere in between those two. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, like that's how I imagine God sounds when he talks to me. Marques, you did a great job, except for.
Yeah, I know.
Right. That's what he sounds like. Yeah. He's the voiceover.
Yeah, seriously. Lance McGarvey has a challenge now as the voice of God. Like, yeah.
Right. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I did hear Coach Brian Brown yesterday. I heard him in short stints, but I want to talk some football. I want to talk about how I'm going to consume football, because here's the thing. When you're not emotional on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, when you're looking forward to the game, you say, okay, what are going to be my expectations? Like how am I, again, yesterday I kind of made the point. I'm going to be watching how our defense holds up against power running, and not just power running, committed running. Teams that are not afraid to, if it's 3rd and 6, they're not afraid to say, we'll run it for 3 here, and we'll run it for 3 on 4th down. And maybe we'll bust one. Boston College is a team that's not going to be afraid to do that. Now, I don't particularly like 2020 coaching, hindsight 2020 coaching, because it's one of those you should have listen. Why did you go for the win when you should have went for the tie? And that call is 100% the 2020 the hindsight 2020
it's
call.
Captain Hindsight from South Park. Yeah.
Now single calls are 2020 hindsight. But here's the problem. I don't know if yesterday's interview, I heard Drew and Blake and Baker kind of talking about it. They were kind of talking about where do you draw the line between being too honest with the community and saying, no, I did the right call. We just didn't make the play. Right? Because sometimes Coach Brown, sometimes you can say, I went with my gut. Right? If it works, you're a savvy play caller who just feels the game different. If you're an analytics guy, it's your advanced metrics,
right.
If it works.
Yeah. And if it doesn't, it's okay. This is why sabermetrics are destroying the game.
Okay, but here's the problem. I think there were at least 3 defensive possessions where he continuously made the decision not to bring the extras, right? Had it been one play where he just decided, this is the play for all the
that's
marbles.
Hindsight, right?
That's the hindsight play. But 3 possessions is like
a systemic.
You're stubborn. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're being stubborn on this one. This is we're gonna need a philosophy adjustment.
You enter the insanity. Not
Yeah.
Not to make light of it, but that's doing the same thing, expecting a different result.
Okay. You're entering or either stubborn, outcoached. Stubborn, outcoached. Your gut feeling was wrong, and I'm kind of right in the middle of hindsight. And is your philosophy wrong now? And again, the other one that I hate to bring up, Nikki, and I hate it with a passion, because I hate second guessing consistently. It's like the Jalen Withers thing. This man's went through shoe sizes, sock numbers, 2 insoles versus 1, specially made which are awesome, by the way, people. If your feet hurt
all the time,
go to the foot specialist. It will seem ridiculous. You know that little foam stuff it's in plants, the little foam stuff that you like pushing your finger in.
Oh yeah.
The little. Listen, you go to the foot place. They will put your feet in that squishy foam. They will make a mold of the bottom of your feet.
Mm-hmm.
They will run it through a computer. They will put a soft, smooth leather surface on an insole. They will put padding under your pressure points to make the contact of your feet to the ground perfect. They're orthotics is what we used to call them. Might cost you $300. Best money you'll ever spend. Our feet are
they're your tires, basically.
They're your tires.
Yeah.
How terrible do you feel when your tires are bald and it's raining?
Yeah.
You're like, how dumb am I?
Feeling like you're driving a bobsled.
Yeah, and you have bad tires and you think about every stupid purchase you made over the last month.
Really need that crunch wrap.
You right. And I spent $400 in the last 2 months on stupidity. And now I'm literally on my way to work getting ready to lose my life because I was too selfish not to get tires.
Right.
Yeah. When I said $300, whatever, you're like, all right, $300 for those soles.
Better than a stress fracture.
You're going to complain about your back hurting or your feet hurting for the next 5 years if you don't pay $200, $300 for some good tires.
It's an investment.
And these things are strong. So they go in every shoe.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally, to get your feet perfectly balanced, they can do that. Go pay that money.
I need to. I bought some over the counter ones and they're serviceable, but I need to get the mold ones.
Yeah,
because
get some for your feet.
I'm on my feet so much at the restaurant, man. And I mean, I'm chubby right now. And
I'm glad you said right now. It's only a temporary thing.
Yeah, no. It's just that's my current form. You know, it's like, I'll level up eventually. But I mean, you just combine all that and the fact I ain't what I used to, man, dude. My heels. I swear. I think I have after last week worked 3 straight shifts, man. I thought I had a stress fracture, dude. By Sunday, I was limping. I was like, this is some sorry stuff.
And a lot of insurances will probably cover this thing. So look into that.
That's a good point.
I do highly encourage everyone. Like I said, when I came to college, I thought it was just this little stupid thing. I'm not going to use my feet. I got my own insoles that I use. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, Marcus, is one of the worst days of my life was when my shoe, whatever shoe was in, I ended up throwing out some shoes and my orthotics was in the shoes and I lost it. It's terrible. But you get the point. Do that. The whole point of that is what's going on behind the scenes with young fella and his shoes. You know what I'm saying? He's harsh on the ball of his feet. I get it now.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, the man's had to go through.
I like complaining about it.
3 different body transformations in 3 years.
I enjoy sitting home. Tie your shoes up. I enjoy being the grouch with him. Now I can't even. No, I'm not having any more players on here. That was the last player.
Oh no! Can we get Dre? Because everyone forgot about Dre, then you could talk to him.
Get Dre, and then no more players.
Yeah.
Because I'll start feeling bad.
Dre and maybe Gabe.
And you know how it is. You start humanizing these players.
Right.
Y'all just heard him sitting here and just chop it up. So now he's an actual person.
He's not just a jersey. And an athletic specimen.
Now I can't sit at whatever restaurant just.
Oh, he's a nice guy with a deep voice and enjoys his teammates and is self-reflective and likes major pain. Damn it!
I know, and talks about hey, I came up here and everybody was so friendly to me and I just felt like home and all that good stuff. So point being, I went into Brian Brown conversation. I'm trying to find where I am as far as hindsight 2020 Coach, you are going to have to make adjustments to the style. But again, now that we're playing a totally different style team, I don't know if this adjustment is going to be game specific, or, is he going to make an adjustment moving forward? But here's what we're going to do, people. We're going to listen to a little.
Post practice yesterday.
Post practice Brian Brown, and I will pause Nikki at some important moments. Nikki, fire away.
Obviously, Brian, just kind of, you watched that film of that Virginia game. When you watch that fourth quarter, I guess, what do you learn? Twofold. What do you learn about the guys, the defense you guys have, and then about yourself as a coach from that last quarter?
Well, the one thing that I thought about that fourth quarter, I think the guys a little bit, and they even said they lost the focus, to finish the game. Being up 17, we're not a senior Latin team.
Guys lost focus. You going with that one?
I mean, I can see that.
I don't. Okay. Let's just assume I'm mad at Coach Brown right now. Okay. I hear him say, guys lost focus. I bet you guys lost focus being up 17, right?
Yeah.
But I'm mad at Coach Brown. Coach, you can't come out here and your first comments about the fourth quarter is guys losing focus. Because that feels like
excuses.
Yeah.
Or passing the buck a little bit.
Yeah. It feels like, I was making the right calls and guys just got, you can't do that when I'm mad at you.
Right.
Again.
Could be valid though.
Yeah.
Could be very valid.
They come back and you win. I'm more accepting of, and they came back because guys got a little lax. You lose, I want the coach saying, my play calling, something. My game preparation, you know what I'm saying? We should have made more. Then you can say, and mix that with guys probably got a little comfortable, but lost focus when I'm mad at you.
Off the jump.
Yeah, I kind of don't like that one, but keep going.
So we're a really, really young team, and we have to understand how to finish games. You got to close games out, and that's one thing we didn't do.
Pause it, but it's still in that department of that's got to come later. That's got to come later because right now we're in strategy. He asked you about what did you learn,
right?
That was the question. What did you learn? Them losing focus and them being young. You didn't learn that they were young.
Right.
So don't talk about them being young. You didn't learn that they can lose focus at the end. Those are.
I mean, I know we're parsing it a bit, but that's what sports radio is. But also, I mean, if that's the case, it's almost like one of those. Let me grant you your argument. If you knew that was a thing that happened, then you got to stay on them and make sure that.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, if that's what you learned, that your team lets off the gas pedal, then you better be.
And again, this is all prefaced
off the chain.
This is all prefaced with Marques Maybin is just mad because you lost right now. And,
right.
And
that's definitely fueling.
Yeah. And this is my pound of flesh moment. Like, listen, we're going to move on after this. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get over this, but I'm going to critique right now, just as far as my program strength, moving forward. Okay, keep going.
Player, as well as their standpoint and my standpoint as well on their last drive. And it's just fourth quarter in general. We got to finish games, and I got to do a better job of making sure that our guys are prepared in every single situation.
Give me that first.
And
no, I'm saying give me that response first,
right?
And then tell me we may have lost focus. We
got there. It took 50 seconds, but we got there.
I mean, I knew we would. Like I said, just to order again.
Parsing.
This is total, couch potato breaking down of his game time speech, or his post game. This is, like I said, and it's prefaced with disclaimer. I'm mad at you right now. Keep going.
We got to execute when it's time to execute. 4th and 6, we have to know it's 4th and 6 and not 4th and 9 or 4th and 10. And same thing, 4th and 9. Understanding numbers game. Three's out. I got to make sure I work to the new number 3 and things of that nature. So we've done a great job practice-wise the last week and a half, and learned that our guys they're gonna continue to fight. They're gonna continue to fight, and they're playing hard. And we just got to execute down the stretch in order to win football games. So, one thing I wish I would have called a couple of pressures in that last drive. Kind of knew what they wanted to do, and they did a great job. The receiver did a great job, especially on the 4th and 9 play, not going inside because that was his route, and he actually just sat down. He was supposed to go back inside in the middle, and he saw the middle close, and he set it right down on the hash, which was a great adjustment by him on the fly. So, but anyway,
pause it. Now that's a real one. That's a real. Y'all don't know they made an on-site adjustment for a good play. He's telling y'all, we knew the route that was coming. We closed the route that was coming. We had seen it. We were ready to pick that route. That receiver and that quarterback both saw the same thing and made a split on-site decision to stop and just stay right there and wait instead of continuing across the middle. So if I tell you, listen, this is the play they were running, and this is the move we made to jump it, they did a great job.
Right.
Now, yes, okay, now we can say, well, you should have did something earlier, okay. But I want you to acknowledge that I called the right play.
We didn't beat us, they beat.
Yeah.
It was them.
It was them sticking to their game plan. It was them, doing it again. When I'm mad, I'm saying, well, you should have let it get that far because you should have did this and that, okay. But I will give you called the play because you knew what was coming.
Right.
I'll give you a props on that. I will give you your good explanation. I'll take that one. Keep on.
From that, and I think our guys have, and we're going to continue to compete and fight into the very end.
Hey, Brian, Matt McGavin with Sports Illustrated. Scott said on Monday that he thinks throughout the game that defensively you guys should have brought maybe a little bit more pressure considering how often Brendan Armstrong was able to find holes in that defense. Is that a sentiment that you agree with, that you guys probably should have found more ways to get more pressure, not just in late game, but throughout the game?
Well, I think we brought a lot of pressure throughout the game in general.
They brought a lot of pressure.
I think he was talking about that fourth quarter, that last fourth quarter, because we had a multitude of sacks, especially in that third quarter. So he was talking more so about that fourth quarter. And yes, that's like I said, I wish I would have brought some more pressure, especially in those that last drive. We brought some pressure throughout in the fourth quarter, but that last drive is when I wish I would have brought a little bit more pressure, especially when those guys backed up a little bit. And
theoretical question. I'll make it quick. Is the quarterback play so much better in ACC versus what they've coached against on a consistent basis at App State, where they're confident that they can get more mistakes at the level they were playing? But now, like I said, ACC level has quarterbacks that can dice you up.
Right.
So it's like when Rick Pitino tried to go full court press in the NBA. It doesn't work here.
Right.
We don't turn over the ball. You know what I'm saying?
You can't trap us.
Yeah. You're not trapping Kyrie Irving. You're not trapping anybody. We are all like paid assassins with the rock. Rick.
Up and down the bench, too.
Oh. That kid that's down there, Carson Edwards, you know what I'm saying? That's the Purdue kid, right?
Yeah.
You know what he'll do to you if you he don't even play. Rick, I'm not pressing these point guards. Yes. Walter McCarty's tall. Antoine Walker's tall. We're all tall and long and fast and athletic. These point guards will eat us alive. Coach, this is an adjustment. I'm not going to let people bombard on you about, you take the, Appalachian State stuff, and but I will say there are some different things. And listen, I get it. Because here's the thing. And I'm gonna liken this to this one story. I'm in Tennessee. My brother lives there. He's 4 years older than me, right? He gets to go back to Asheville, because we're from Asheville, North Carolina. He gets to go back to Asheville to finish high school. Broke my heart. It's my brother.
Right.
He goes back to Asheville. I start training Nikki. Next time I get hold of my brother, listen, I'm about 12. He's about 16. You know, somewhere around that window. You know what I'm saying? So we're kind of getting a little competitive. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're kind of our basketball games are getting a little feistier, and I'm getting a little, length on me and stuff. I'm like, next time I see him, I'm gonna tear him up. So I'm practicing like a wild man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like every day, it's like I don't have enough time in the day to practice to beat my brother when I finally see him. So I don't see him for about 8 months, right? We go to Asheville, North Carolina. We're sitting around in the living room. Grandma's talking, uncle's talking. We're in town, right? My brother's been living there. Blah blah. So everybody's talking around us. He gives me this look, and he says, "You ready?" Right? So he must have knew I'm sitting there. I can't wait for him to ask me, "Are you ready?" So we've been there about 45 minutes. I ain't seen him in 8 months. We've been there about 45 minutes. I ain't seen my grandma. I don't care about seeing anybody, Nikki. We listen. Oh, we're gonna get on out of here, y'all. Good seeing everybody. We're in town for a while, so we go straight to the court, right? We go plus.
You have some business.
We got some business, right? Check ball, top of the key. It's my spot. That's my spot. 10-1. I'd blow him out, right? Just blow him out. I can see the look on his face, like, ain't no way you're just gonna keep on hitting this shot.
Right.
Mike, I've been practicing like an animal. I'll never miss this shot more than twice if you stand back like that.
Right. Got to adjust.
You got to adjust. I feel like quarterback play, like Virginia quarterback play, I could see how, like I told that story to tell, I could see how a Coach Brown is like, no way. They're not going to keep on hitting that. Not going to, like that window was too small.
And then it pauses, the narrator, comes on. They did keep hitting.
Yes. And I just feel like he kind of got locked into that. My brother just, there's no way they're going to keep on completing those because they're throwing in windows of 2 and 3 people. And it's like, no, without pressure, Coach Brown. These quarterbacks, they come from these are some dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you might not respect them like, SEC is not, the super uber Peyton Mannings, and I've seen the best, but it's like, no, dude, there's a lot of dudes that carve you up.
And that was kind of their MO too.
Yes.
UVA, they got it done in the air.
Yes, and Bronco Mendenhall is not a 5. He's not a 5-out coach traditionally. So they changed the style based on, we got a quarterback that can carve somebody up. You know what? Let's change the style this year. There's a reason Virginia changed their entire offensive strategy. It means you got to have somebody that can carve you up. I'm thinking, and this is theoretically, I'm thinking Coach Brown is still kind of locked into, like maybe you want to feed on, or you used to feeding on inaccurate, bad timing.
Or at least that gives you a little bit more wiggle room.
Yeah, but not, it's like, Coach, not at this, this is probably my one not at this level argument. Because football's football.
Yeah.
You get guys that big. And again, the same person that's saying not at this level here, not at this level, has to acknowledge our offense is one of the tops in the country. Like, we're putting up huge offensive numbers. So, not at this level, guy, you're going to have to acknowledge.
Yeah.
And
you can't have it both ways.
Right. And I got laughed off the face of the earth when I said, okay, Javian Hawkins is leaving. Des Fitzpatrick is leaving. Guys, when you start going from one big target, sometimes you try to force feed a talented target. When you start getting more talented depth, your offense, it's possible your offense can improve. Marques, you lost Tutu Atwell and Des Fitzpatrick and Javian Hall, you'll never be a better offense. He never. I'm like,
people said this. I mean, you remember the arguments that, well, maybe this Bobby offense will be more balanced with Lamar Jackson, dare I say even better without Lamar Jackson. And everyone kind of was like, really? But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, Lamar Jackson was a generational player. He was a Tecmo, Bo Jackson. No offense to Tutu and Javian. They were terrific
they're
players.
terrific. Yeah, but
you can replace those a little easier rather than a generational Heisman winner.
And doesn't I said, listen, a Malik that takes care of the ball and spread offensive weapons, it's a possibility that you could get a better offensive numbers. And I think our offensive numbers are a lot better this year than last year, offensively.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the stats will back that up. But yeah, point being, you have to give that credit to say, okay, even at this level, his system does work, and it's not like he had because Tutu was a freak and that's why his stuff's working, or this guy was a freak. No, Malik hasn't been doing freakish stuff. Tyler Harris, like I said, we're slants and we have freshmen. Travion Cooley's a freshman. These running backs aren't big names, but again, to be putting up this many yards and scoring this many points, and you lost all your 3 power players. So I feel like give him some credit on this.
Yeah, and not to lick the sprinkles off the donut, but could you also make the argument that the ACC is not as good this year as
I was riding along and I thought that, but you know what I can say? And I don't listen, everybody's so uncomfortable with this one, and I don't know why. Alabama, Texas A&M, Georgia, right? SEC sucks this year. LSU got wiped by UCLA. Like, go look at they suck. It's a down year for the SEC overall. They have usually it's usually the ACC that gets you get 2 top feeders, right, and everybody's
the glob in the middle.
Yeah. Like I'm sorry. Like, I'm not sorry. They're down. Florida sucks. When have you seen Florida and LSU suck?
It's been a while.
They suck, Nikki. And like, again, this is not me finding okay, I won't say this. I'll just say, just because saying they suck just sounds like hating. Let's just say
it's a bit of a down year.
It's a bit of a down year. So,
and they're a little top heavy. It's
yes.
The SEC's Dolly Parton.
Listen, fair enough. Would you say I'm at least telling the truth about that?
I definitely think that collectively the conference isn't it, but yeah, just change the terminology a little bit, so it doesn't sound
so harsh. Like Mississippi State, LSU, Florida, Missouri. Of course, the Vandy.
Kentucky's pretty much the only decent team in the
middle earth.
Yeah,
right. South Carolina. Like, look at their numbers and who they play. I'm just sorry. So the reason I bring that up is because do we change? We don't really change the narrative too much on SEC. So ACC, I'm not going to change the narrative and saying our numbers are this way. Malik's been playing awesome. If this Malik played last year, we'd have had a hell of a lot more wins.
Tutu with JV and Hawkins.
Oh yeah, right.
Well, he's being knock wood so far. Yeah. The turnovers
if he'd have been this last year, we'd be second in the conference. If this Malik showed up last year,
yeah, because this Malik brings ball security,
right, and he's slinging the ball.
Oh yeah,
ball security,
and still getting it done on the ground.
I don't even think he's running that much.
No, which is good.
Right. I think he's red zoning it. He wants his touchdowns.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, let's get back to Brown a little bit.
And not just playing coverage, but absolutely.
Brian, there were times this year where, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
There were times this year when you guys rushed 3 and you guys were getting pressure. I'm in the Florida State game, UCF game a little bit too. You think is it something with the health of the D line or fatigue to the D line that maybe you guys didn't get the pressure you thought you'd get on that last drive against Virginia?
Well, the one thing, Cam, if you go back and look at it on some of those, three-man rushes, sometimes the ball was getting out immediately quick, so you're not ever going to get there on a quick game. The other times, I think with the three-man, those guys were keeping their tight ends in and chipping them, chipping those guys a lot. So now when you're keeping six guys in, with a three-man rush, sometimes you may not, you probably won't get there. And so that's where I have to do a better job of, hey, and I got to bring a little bit more pressure, because those guys are chipping and staying in and protecting a little bit longer. So that's on me. So I got to do a better job with that.
A quick follow-up to that. You have an off week. When you watch for your off week, do you just sit there and watch that Virginia film all day and go over it and critique it, or how do you move past a game like that?
Well, the one thing that
4 minutes.
Of course, on that Sunday we cleaned it up on that Sunday, and of course watched it again on that Monday, and then the guys, we came back and practiced on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I went out on road recruiting on Monday, but yes, I watched it a lot. I watched it a lot because my dad always tell me, man, you only as good as your last one, number one, but you have to learn from your mistakes, because if you don't learn from your mistakes, it's just a mistake. And so that's one thing that I did. I watched it a ton and continue to watch it and just see, hey, where could we have been better in certain situations throughout.
That was probably the worst film session.
Oh, good God.
In history. Because here's the problem.
And a whole extra week to dwell on it.
The problem is you watch 3/4 of it and you're like, man, I'm awesome. You watching your dudes, we're getting picks, you're getting pressure to the quarterback.
Sacks, yep.
Yeah, so that's one of those tapes you probably don't even get to watch the 3/4 of good. You just go to the fourth and just, geez, I screwed this whole thing up. I tell you what, I want to keep you on schedule. I don't want to lose all your commercials. Let me take a last quick commercial break. Middays with Mark. Oh,
actually, we're the way we are right now. Would it be easier if I think it'd be easier if we just went to the top?
Okay.
Honestly.
Yeah, and we gotta get you ready for. Okay, keep running it.
Out the game, whether it was the last drive or whether it was early on in the game. The one thing we didn't execute on that first drive. I mean, it's 3rd and 16, and we give up a first down, and now they go score points. If they don't get that, they don't win a football game, because now that's 7 points off the board. So we got to do a better job of not letting it get to the end where it's a close game. To where if we make some plays throughout the first half, even in the second half, that fourth quarter, we're not even talking about us losing that game right now.
Got to refresh it.
Yeah, that's fine. Texas says, Maybin, percentage-wise, how patient should the fans be with Satterfield staff? He's doing a good job. He could do better. We can criticize. He don't suck. Purdue beating out with let's stick some extra pressure on there.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's just a big brother staring over your shoulder all the time. It's it's kind of one of those things. If we didn't have a candidate ruffling the fan base's feathers a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Maybe okay. If Satterfield had come from a different place, if he came here from
about another Power 5,
LSU.
Oh, it was like a coordinator or something.
Yeah, as an LSU coordinator, would the job he's been doing would we be comfortable saying we moving the ball? We might need some twist. We might need to do a little something about the defense, but if he had a bigger profile,
I mean, could that go two ways though? Because on one hand, you'd have more confidence, like, oh, he's seen this before. It's not at this level type thing. But on the other hand, if you did some stuff that could be almost excused away with not at this level, it's like you should know better. Like, isn't it sort of one of those things where it's a double-edged sword a little bit?
We're going to be watching Coach Brown. Because listen, that label, that not at this this will be the last year that we have to decide if this is a level thing. Or this is or is it we need some bigger dudes? We need We need some developed talent. Okay, keep on.
Brian, going back to the late 3-man rush and dropping 8 into coverage. Satterfield's kind of mentioned that
they're not going to let this go on it.
No.
your whole defense is just boiling down to they don't want to know what you're going to do next game. They don't want to know if you're going to change your host. They rushing three. It's like Coach Mack when he gets pinned with the pack line. Like he can tell you, like, well, no, we don't run the same kind of pack line as this, and pack line is kind of a misnomer. They're like, no, pack line.
Yeah, it's
stuck.
Right.
You're done. You're never gonna get out the verbiage of pack line.
I think our shot selection was but pack line, yeah.
Over the bye week, you guys were kind of tinkering and experimenting with different ways and different looks you guys can produce on defense. Is the 3-man rush something you guys are going to continue trying to implement late game going forward? You
said late game?
Yes. And second part of that,
Joel,
are you going to try and figure out other ways to kind of scheme up pressure outside of just maybe sending one extra guy on maybe a 3 or 4-man rush?
Yes, to answer your question as far as 3-man pressure, 3-man rush at times, dropping 8. It all depends. Everything is about situation. And so, sometimes we will drop 8 and rush 3 at times in certain situations. It all depends on down and distance as well and situations of the game. But yes, we have, and we've done it this year as well, bringing more pressure, bringing 5, bringing 6. So yes, we have continued to expand our package as much as we could with the off week, especially when you lose a guy like Money Montgomery, who's in a lot of our third down packages. It limits you to some of the things that you're able to do. And so not having him for sure has hurt a little bit. And so now we've got some guys that's been in there that this past week that have worked a lot more.
We're just so savage.
So hopefully we'll be able to use some of that moving forward.
We're just so savage as a fan base.
Yeah, it was like, damn, kind of forgot about Monty.
Monty Montgomery's such a good football player.
Yeah.
And you know what? You rolled your eyes and I rolled my eyes too. Because we don't want to hear it. You don't want to. It's like, I lost my best defensive player. This is Louisville. Like this, I don't have a third Monty Montgomery on my bench, y'all. He was going to the NFL. He was going to play this season, and he was not going to be here next year. He's a talented player.
Why can't we beat Georgia and have 5 of them?
I know.
We want 5 Monty Montgomerys. Go out and get us 5 Monty Montgomerys, coaches.
Yeah, and again, let me refresh your brain. Georgia took our coach who had 3 Monty Montgomerys on deck. Georgia literally came and said, we have the best team in the country, but we need more. Go get us more. You, Cooper, at Louisville, you're coming with us. We heard you got 5 Monty Montgomerys. We're going to make sure nobody else gets any more Monty Montgomery. Oh, God. So we lose Monty Montgomery and the guy that was going to bring in 4 more of them.
Yeah, more Monty Montgomerys. We lost the Monty Montgomery factory.
And I'm sitting here complaining about a coach pointing out that he lost the best defensive player on the team. The one hand in the dirt, linebacker / do it all guy. Figure it out.
We both looked at each other like, damn it.
Go ahead.
Brian, health-wise, I know Ashton was a little banged up. How did you guys look defensively coming out of the bye week?
Coming out of the bye, we were pretty healthy. And so, like you say, Ashton was banged up the Wake Forest game, came back and played last week. So as of right now, we're pretty healthy going in. Of course, minus money. And, hopefully we can stay that way until game time.
Hey, Brian, it's Joe Dillon with Cardinal Authority. Sorry, I jumped on a little late, so I don't know if you've been asked this or not, but at the safety position, how would you kind of assess those two guys, Q and Kendrick, and what they have done? And then Scott mentioned on Monday trying to get Minkins some more reps. Do you see a guy like Minkins or Ben Perry, getting some more reps as you go along?
Absolutely. You look at, what Kendrick Duncan and Q's done, being a first-year player here at Louisville. They've done some really good things and done some things that they most definitely could work on and have worked on. And, so the one thing that those guys continue to do, they continue to fight, continue to practice, continue to come in here and watch film more and more. And so that's all we can ask those guys to do is continue to try to get better each and every day. And, yes, we are going to try to get Minkins and some more guys in to be able to help spell some of those guys, because when you're playing, 90-plus snaps a game plus special teams, that's a lot.
Joel.
And so then you get tired a little bit, and now your legs kind of wear down as the game continues to go on. So yes, you will be able to see, Minkins, he's much more healthy now and practicing a whole lot better. So yes, you'll be able to see Minkins in the game this weekend too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't wait to see Josh Minkins out there getting some extra clock. Let me get this last phone line before we get out of here. Joel, fire away, my man.
Marques, look, I think we know. Everybody know. I mean, at the end of the day, there's 6 games left here for the rest of the season. To see, where the fan base is going to be, just meaning, I mean, I personally think I said 7-5 at the beginning of the year is what I was looking for. I mean, if you go 4-2, I guess to finish off the year, that would put us at 7-5 mark. But
right.
I think that's what it is. I mean, I feel like fan base, if they get to that, they go to a bowl game, and they do well in that. I think, the fans will be on board. I mean, the flip side of it is if he goes out here and they finish 5-7 or 6-6 and get blasted by Kentucky, I think you know and I know what the fan base is going to feel like. They're going to be looking over there at West Lafayette. I mean, that's where it's at, man. I think we got 6 games left.
Half the people looking there anyway. Joel, I appreciate the call. People, fun show. Thank you again. If you want to go back and listen, Nikki will have it potted up for the Jalen Withers interview. I think you might enjoy it. I think you'll be less inclined to yell at him. He'll probably be one of your more favorite players moving forward. Make sure you follow him on Twitter and Instagram, JAELYN, Jalen Withers. As always, 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. Normally, the YouTube channel is rolling Made for the Ville. Middays with Marques Maybin on 939 The Ville.